All right, so our next thing that we're looking at is getting a report that shows our bin locations. So let me see if I can make sense of this. It's kind of hard to even do a screen share on it because I don't have any really reports that could do this. But pretty much what we're looking for is, or the reason why we want it is for bin locations. Right now, I think we can do this, and I want to take a strong stab at it, to pre-design, especially in the job planning stage here. When you're creating a job and you do have a finished putback, right, or a finished item that's going to stock, to give it a predefined location before the supervisor is even going to have to get it. So the inventory guy doesn't even have to do it. So right when he's printing out that tag, let me go in order, maybe I can kind of make sense of it. Well, these already have the shipping locations, but let's say, so these all have shipping, but let's say this was an overrun, this bottom one, hypothetically, right, was an overrun. Instead of just having it blank and going to put back, which is great, I mean, that's still something that we're doing. I'd like to upgrade that though and put a location there. So I don't want you guys to do it. I want something semi-automatic where I'm still doing it. But for the only way I could actually do that is if I had a report or some kind of list that I could go in and just say, I guess it would say empty lots, right? And I would click here, pretend this says empty lots and empty racks. Or it would, it would say inventory locations. That's what it would say, inventory locations. I would go up here in the status and I would hit racks, right? And all my rack locations would come up. I could sort by, maybe I would hit here and sort by 0. I know this is order number, I'm just saying this would be number of units per rack or per bin location, per location. I put 0. And it gives me all of my rack locations that have nothing in them. Right? You guys already have my rack locations now, how it is. So if nothing's in them, I think it'd be an easy search field to do, or it'd be a doable search field, right? I would export the list. So I need an export page. I'd print it, and then I would be able to, when I was setting up the jobs, I'd be able to know exactly where I could put my stock, right? I'd know the empty bin locations before I even started. That way the supervisors would just get it and put it in the location, and everything's pre-done for them. They never need to touch a computer, and they can be complete mush heads. I could train a new guy, and I mean, really, there's actually, at this point, there's very minimal training. You just kind of follow rules. As long as you can click a mouse and kind of understand this ERP program, they'd be able to navigate around. They'd never have to think about putting it in a rack or whatever. It'd all be done for them. Same thing with roll putbacks. Right? So it's not just racks. I would need, I would have to have all my lot numbers, right? So, give you a better example. So, oh, come on. No, okay. So, similar to this, right? It's like this field, but you need to sort it by units. So like if I go here and I put, for example, let me just click it. Let me click it again. Lot 5, right? You would count, and instead of maybe having all this information, it would just give me maybe lot 5 here, just one row, and it would say 10 rolls, this many pounds. The next one would say, the very next line here would say 4, and it would say this many rolls, this many pounds. It would go all the way down to however many. I think we have 32 lots. And it'd be the same thing with the racks. So finished sheets, it's more of a summary of the locations, not more. That's actually exactly what it is. See, here we have all the racks, and you already have all the locations for the racks. So it would have on here the same exact thing. It would say for example, row 1. This one happens to be row 4, but instead of having 3 locations, it wouldn't, or 3 spots, it would just have one location, and here it would say how many pallets and how many pounds is in that rack, right? Then we could go from there. I mean, at least from there to give us a summary. And maybe someday if we wanted to add the width and length, we could add the width. No, we couldn't because it would change too much stuff up. So no, it would just be a pure summary. And it would be significant. I mean, it would help us a ton as far as trying to pre-design when we're setting up the jobs, the location, so we can even make it easier for our supervisors and operators, well, our supervisors, forklift drivers, to put stuff away. All right.